we will work out your only the concept called interest part. Other houses will be deemed to be let out and the taxable income will be computed accordingly. Property is let out and property is self-occupied. Self-occupied already we have learned actually. If the house is not self-occupied, whatever interest you have paid, unlimited, it is exempt. A warm welcome to one and all. This is your ALsir here. So we are discussing about your topic called your income tax, in that income from house property. So this is ALsir here from Vidhyaashram, first grade college, the temple of excellence. So we are discussing your fourth chapter, session 12. In this, we are not going to do any problems today, and then what we will do now, maybe few of them have confusion about the calculation of interest. Today we will solve all the doubts and clarification regarding your interest part. Now, interest will be taken on what? On loan. There are two types of loan. One will be interest taken on construction purpose, and one more is interest taken for repair of house. Now, what is the limit for repairing interest and what is the limit for construction of house interest? These are the things we are going to discuss in today's session. So the agenda is very simple. We will work out your only the concept called interest part. So your interest part will be like this. So in this, first we'll discuss about the self-occupied property. What about self-occupied property? Like one house occupied for self-residence purpose, more than one house kept for self-residence. Like you have a big building, in that you have two houses. One house you are residing and one more house your parents are residing. Again, I'll repeat. You have two houses now. One house your parents are there and one house you are living. Then, if you are constructed that house on loan, you have taken loan from bank and you are paying interest every month. Then what is the calculation? Very simple. Now, one house occupied for self-residence purpose and one house, more than one house kept for resident purpose. How do we calculate interest? I'll go for this. Now, gross annual value nil. What is gross annual value actually? Gross annual value in the sense, your municipal value or fair rent. Whichever is higher, your answer with standard rent. Whichever is less, your answer with actual rent. Whichever is higher. This only your gross annual value. Clear? What is your gross annual value? If you do all this calculation, you will get your gross annual value. Now, with that gross annual value, up to gross annual value, if it is self-occupied, your gross annual value always what? 0. Then, net annual value also nil. What is the net annual value? For gross annual value, I don't have space here. I'll write here. Gross annual value minus municipal tax. You will get net annual value. If it is self-occupied, we cannot claim even municipal tax paid also. Now, this is also nil, 0. Up to this you understood? Yes. Now, after this, if you have taken house construction and you have taken loan, just assume that you have taken loan of 40 lakh. How much you have taken loan? 40 lakh. What is the rate of interest? Assume that right now the rate of interest is running around 9% per annum. What is the rate of interest? 9% per annum. On 40 lakh, if you calculate 9%, it will be 3,60,000. On 40 lakh, if you calculate 9%, what will be your interest? Your interest portion will be 3,60,000. Hope you are clear? Yes, good. Now, your interest is 3,60,000. But if it is self-occupied purpose, if this is a case, you have limit up to 2 lakh only. Even though it is 3,60,000, you can claim up to 2 lakh. Because it is self-occupied. Hope you are clear? Yes, good. Because of self-occupied, you have limit of 2 lakh. If you see the old notes, old textbooks, your seniors income tax notes, you will find 1,50,000. Once again, I'll repeat. How much you will find? You will find 1,50,000. But 1,50,000 is a wrong answer. Why? Because it was previous year. Previous year it was 1,50,000. But you are writing exam for the current year. For current year, you are supposed to consider 2 lakh as your interest on loan. Earlier it was 1,50,000. Now it is revised. Now it is amended for rupees 2 lakh. Hope you are clear? Yes. Right now the interest portion limit is 2 lakh in case of self-occupied. Hope you are clear? Yes. Now, more than one house is self-occupied. Like you have 2 houses, one house you are residing. You, your wife and your children are there. For that, I have taught you how to calculate. If one more house is there, it is you are the owner, but your parents are there. What to do with that? I'll tell you. More than one house kept for residential purpose. Then, after excluding one house per the choice of the assessee, it is a choice of the assessee. Like, if your parents residing in a small house, you are residing in a big house, you can go for big house. If your parents are residing in a big house, you are residing in a small house, it is an option of yours. Any house you can consider as self-occupied. Now, other houses will be deemed to be let out and the taxable income will be computed accordingly. Now, I'll give you one small example. If you want to take a screenshot of this, you can take. I'll go out. Again, I need to erase this. I'll show you one more example. If you want to take screenshot, you can take. Yes. Now, again, we'll come back to this. So, we have done this. Just assume that you have 2 houses. You have 2 houses. One will be small house. And another one will be big house. Now, one will be small, another one will be big house. Now, you have taken loan around 25 lakh for this and you have taken 50 lakh for this construction. Hope you are clear. You have taken loan how much? 25 lakh for this and 50 lakh for this. Now, so what is the rate of interest? So we'll not take 25, I'll make it as a 30 lakh. I'll make it as 30 lakh. Easy to calculate actually. I'll make it as 30 lakh. This one I'll make it as 60 lakh. Now, what is the rate of interest? Rate of interest normally it comes around 9%. If you go for 9%, how much you will get? You will get around 2,70,000. If you go for this 9%, it will be 5,40,000. Hope you are clear. You are supposed to pay interest 2,70,000 and 5,40,000. Now, income tax have given a permission like both are self-occupied. One place you are there and one more place your dad and mom are there. Now, income tax has given permission, you can reduce your tax. Whatever interest paid by you, you can minus from your income. Again, I'll repeat, whatever interest paid by you, you can deduct, you can claim from your income. Now, so but what is the rule? If it is a self-occupied, out of these two, one house, it is your option, your choice. You can select any one house as self-occupied. Now, if I am there in this place, I'll select this house as self-occupied. Even though you are residing in two houses, income tax has given permission, any one house can consider as self-occupied. It is a choice of the assessee. Now, I'll take this house as a self-occupied. Why? The reason is, if it is not self-occupied, the interest you paid, unlimited, you can claim. Again, I'll repeat, if the house is not self-occupied, whatever interest you have paid, unlimited, it is exempt. Unlimited, it is exempt. Now I'll tell you. If you take this house as self-occupied, what is the limit? Up to 2 lakh you can claim. Now, 5 lakh 40 you have, 3 lakh 40 it is a loss actually. Only you can claim 2 lakh. In this case, 2 lakh 70 you can claim 2 lakh. That's why I'll take this as a self-occupied. I'll take this as a let out. Up to 5 lakh 40 I can reduce. Why? Because if it is other than self-occupied, unlimited, it is exempt. Clear? So remember, self-occupied, what is the limit? Up to 2 lakh you can claim. If it is other than self-occupied, unlimited you can claim. There is no limit. If you are paying interest 50 lakh also you can claim as a deduction. Clear? Yes, that's why if you have two houses as self-occupied, always the big house you don't consider self-occupied. Why? Because you can claim deduction. Clear? Yes. Now I'll go for the next concept called the second concept in this. Property is let out and property is self-occupied. Self-occupied already we have learned actually. If house is self-occupied, there is a rule. If you want to claim the 2 lakh, there is a rule. The house acquired after 99, yes. Then construction must be completed within 5 years. Earlier it was 2 years. Now it is 5 years. Then loan is for construction or acquisition. Both should be considered. Both can be claimed. Then certificate must be received from bank. Then what is the limit? Earlier it was 1 lakh 50. Now it is up to 2 lakh you can claim. Any doubt? No. Come to next one. In case of other cases, loan for repair, for construction and acquisition up to 2 lakh per year is exempted. In case of your repair comes under up to 30,000 is the maximum deduction. Clear? For repair and all, if you are taken for assume that you have to do whitewashing as well as you have to do some plastering something, or else your gate, the major gate or main door, it is broken, you have to do repair thing. For repair you don't have money, you have asked for loan from bank. How much you have asked loan? You have asked for 2 lakh loan. If you are taken 2 lakh loan, you are paying how much? 20,000 interest per annum. That 20,000 you can claim. If you are taken 5 lakh loan, you are paying 50,000 interest. You are not supposed to take 50. You are eligible to claim only 30,000. Hope you are clear? Yes, good. Now, property is let out. If it is let out, interest is allowed without limit. Let out in the sense what? Given for rent. If the house is given for rent, no limit, no restriction, unlimited, you can claim as a deduction. Clear? Yes. Now, this is all about your calculation actually. Now, we're done with your interest portion. So, if you want, you can take a screenshot. So, this is all about your today's session. We're done with the interest portion today. Please work out at home. These are the concept class actually. Every session I used to do problems, but this session I went with the concept because for interest part you have some doubts. Along with that, while doing problem, I have explained you interest paid or payable, both are eligible for deduction. Interest for the past years is not eligible for deduction. These are the information about today's session. Have a good day.